So if you're offering a service to clients, whether that be building their marketing funnels, whether that be doing their short form content, little short form TikToks and reels and doing lots of those and creating many accounts for them and distributing it all over the internet, all the way to doing, for example, their Google ads and focusing specifically on Google ads for e-commerce brands as an example. Listen, whatever the service is, it needs to have one of two things: high perceived value to the client. And what I mean by that is it needs to be something that they're like, oh wow, this is actually worth it. I'm more than happy as a business to pay this external consultant or service provider $1,000 a month, $3,000 a month, you name it. Or it needs to have high leverage. And what I mean by that is, listen, you can still be an online personal trainer, but if you want to make $10,000 a month, you need to hire people below you who work as coaches. And that way you're an online personal trainer and you do some of the coaching, but then you may have coaches underneath you, personal trainers that work at local gyms, and you just pay them a small fee and they do the rest of the coaching. So that's leverage. Or let's say you have an agency that creates YouTube thumbnails for people. Thumbnails on YouTube are such an important aspect to video, but people don't pay crazy amounts for thumbnails. But if you can hire someone in Brazil, Romania, India for $1,000 a month, which is a great salary there, especially remotely, and their work is able to produce $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month in terms of business for your thumbnail agency or for your thumbnail performance marketing business, whatever you want to call yourself. The point is that is leverage. That's you being able to take something off your plate. So either you need to offer a service or guidance consulting on something that brings so much value to businesses that you can actually make 10K a month just as a solopreneur, or more realistically, you'll be able to do it solo until $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. And then you need to start using leverage and you need to maybe make a little less on the margin, but make far more money at the end of the month because you have people who can deliver these things for you. So just remember, with the business models that I'm talking about, you're not going to make $100 million. I'm going to be very honest with you. But the other thing that you're not going to do is you're not going to go broke. And that's the unfortunate thing with a lot of these other businesses. For example, I'll give you my main business, my software company. That is a business that gets into the multiple 9 figures, and that's all cool and fine and well, but you need to realize there's a big chunk of money needed that I had to put forward to start the company, and that's number one. But then I had the massive competitive advantage of a massive audience. And even me, it took me 4 years to be like, listen, I'm not ready. I don't feel like I have the skill set, the understanding, and the sort of influence to start a business worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So what did I do? I started a service-based business back in 2016, and I ran that business for 6 years. So just remember, the business model that gets you to $10,000 a month. And by the way, I actually managed to get my service-based business up to $150,000 a month in profit. Can never get further than that. I tried. I'm sure someone else has been able to do it. But for the way that I wanted to run it, which was lean, remote, no office, I was pretty happy with that. So as I was saying, the business that gets you to 10K a month will not necessarily get you to $100 million, but that's okay. Baby steps here. Choose the right vehicle for the right career stage you're at. And then the next component to making $10,000 a month, once you find the right vehicle, is stretch out the timeline. And here is the very unfortunate thing about social media. You see, 20 years ago, if you were, let's say 21 years old and you were making $4,000 a month without having to go to a traditional 9 to 5, you would think that you are a king. You would think that you're a baller. You would think that you are killing it. And we live in such a up world where now you look online and you think, I'm 21 years old and I don't work a traditional 9 to 5 and I have location freedom and I have time freedom. I can wake up whenever I want, but I'm only making $4,000 a month. I'm not making $10,000 a month. And you feel depressed because of it. How up is that? And by the way, I even know that I have a part to play in that, because what I've been able to do in my career at my age is not normal. But that's why I always like to tell people that, listen, what I've done is very unrealistic, and a third of it was incredible dedication and hard work. A third of it was timing, creating the right businesses at the right time, and the last third of it was luck or God or whatever you want to call it, whether you're a person of faith or not, up to you.